A lot of mods are probably going away in the next couple of weeks as well, so we do need applications to come in. So yeah, I think as the way it works is that the current mod team will review all the applications and decide together who they think is best. So that's the current plan. So yeah, good luck with your applications, guys. How does one apply? So there should be, in general, there should be a pin that has the link, and you just apply through that link. It's kind of like a survey, yeah.
I'm gonna throw in this. We look at all applications, even if you are someone like Stan. So.
What?
What?
I will have the final call on the new mod.
God help us all. Okay, so essentially, there's also confusion because people thought the UK grime artist Stormzy was in the Discord, but it turns out that we got it wrong, and his name is actually Stormy, guy from Ireland who's not black. Also, we've got Bass, who's just returned from his trip to America, so he'll be with us soon. Well, not here, but I mean, he'll be around, I guess. Turns out also I'm a DJ now. I've been in the music channel and apparently have excellent taste in music, so there's that. Matt Scott may disagree, but who cares what he thinks? And yes, we will start soon. Finally, we did have two more bits of news. Apparently, Aria has been sliding into people's DMs, except for Walshy and Sirens. This was anonymously passed on to me. And finally, Mad Scott, of all people, was okay with us losing to Nico the Pico and was calling for calm in the League of Legends chat. Now, this is a once-in-a-lifetime moment, okay? Can you imagine Mad Scott calling for calm? Like, this guy, if he had 2 bullets, was sat with Nico the Pico, Stalin, and Hitler. He'd shoot Nico twice, and he's calling for calm. But yeah, that's all it is. That's all we have for the news. Whatever Mad Scott's saying right now is fake news. He's very upset just for a moment, but he's calling for calm. It's amazing. Maybe he loves Nico the Pico now. But now let's get to the introductions. So we all know who I am. I'm Loki, your ever charming host. I don't really introduce myself in depth because, I don't know, there's not much to say about me, to be honest. But it's not really about me ever. It's all about the co-guest.
The king.
Yeah, the king. We've got a very special guest for you guys. He's who you voted for.
Very special.
He is I don't know how to describe him really. It's like I mean, he's a lover of sheep, the creator of the French Invade. He's the king of banter. He is the modern man Stan. Thank you for being here, Stan.
Yes, thank you. I'm very
happy. I was actually it took me about 2-3 weeks to convince you to come on here actually, because
I have some internet problem. Like I move a lot in holidays, so that's why it's complicated.
But you also said that you were quite shy to come on as well, so I think that was a bit of an issue. You were worried that people were going to make fun of your accent. People say that they can't hear you, so you might want to like shout into your mic or something.
Okay.
There we go. So you might want to like shout when you talk. But let's get into it. If we need your help, Mad Scott, get those translations ready in French in the chat. We'll be needing you, maybe, if Stan doesn't understand what we're asking him.
Yeah, what? What do I have to do?
You don't have to do anything. I'm just asking Mad Scott in case you don't understand something, he can translate for you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mad Scott.
Yeah, Stan is French.
I know I have English accent, so you can't say that I'm French. But
you sound like you were born in London, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so why don't we start with something easy for you? So Let's start with your history in the Discord. Not many people know this, but you actually didn't join at the very beginning. You joined maybe 1 or 2 months in. I don't think we can check because someone banned you. But
I joined, I think, 2 weeks after, actually.
or was it 2 weeks?
Yeah, but like as 2 weeks, and then I left. I mean, I didn't left to Christmas, like holiday, so I didn't use this.
Well, it was quite different when you joined, wasn't it? Back then, it wasn't as
Yes.
there weren't as many people. So why don't you tell us what you remember, what it was like back then? What do you remember from that time? What was it like?
Mm,
Was it, were there lots of people to talk to, or was it just a few people that were active? Um, I remember Kwai was there. So what do you remember?
yeah, I remember like on the general chat. I mean, only the general chat and the League of Legends chat were active. Like CS:GO and Heroes of the Storm, everything was not very active. And I remember because I was always connected at school on my laptop, and it was like I was waiting that someone start a discussion, and then everyone was speaking, but like yeah, someone had to start something, and then everyone was speaking, but a lot of time, like at the night, no one was really here.
But there was there was also awkward for you because at the time you weren't in France, you weren't in Europe at the time, so it was a bit difficult for you to talk to people.
Yeah, yeah, true. I had
But
internet.
yeah, your internet was so bad at the time. I couldn't believe it. But do you remember anyone that stood out to you, like Wiener Dog or something? Were there any specific people?
Like actually, Zephyr, his mod, he was the most active of all of everyone, and he was like so far ahead in the ladder. I thought he will be always first for every time. And yeah, also Winner Dog was a lot active back then, but yeah, he kind of disappear.
Yeah, I remember Zephyr was number one too, and I never thought anyone would overtake him because he was like number one by a mile.
Yeah, and then you used hack and you went first.
I didn't hack. I was just the dutiful regular user like everyone else. Well, who did you talk to the most back then?
I don't know. Maybe you actually. I think. Or Yannick also. I mean Zephyr actually, and Uno. Actually, the mod team, because most of the mod are the ones the most active, like Ryan, Uno, Yannico, Loki, everyone. Snuffle, sorry, but Snuffle joined a little later. So, but yeah, most of the mod actually.
Now, what did you like at the time? Because you were a regular user first. So, what did you like what did you like about being a regular user, just a normal person before you were famous?
I think it was fun to just chat with people every day, like just have conversation about League of Legends or CS:GO, but just also about our lives and normal stuff. I think it was cool to be like only with Fnatic fans and speak about everything and have fun. It was good.
I remember you had this green picture.
I have what?
You had this picture. It was green. I can't remember what it was.
It was Swain. No?
Oh yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
you uploaded goofy pictures of yourself.
Yeah, because I'm so handsome, man.
That's debatable. But
But actually, my photo now is like when I was 17 or no 18, I think. And now I'm fat with a beard and all. So you are all painted. So yeah.
oh yeah, you need to post a picture of yourself for
Yeah, I don't want. I will break the you know.
They want to make memes of you. That's why.
Fuck. I have It's even worse today because yesterday I had an accident. I mean, nothing. Yeah, but I had a small accident
What?
in the boat.
What?
Yeah, man. I speak about this in general chat. Aria speak with me about it. I had I just skinned like crazy, and how to say? Okay, I was in the boat in a not a not a tempest, mascot. I don't know how to say it in English. Tempest maybe. Storm. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, storm. I was in a storm. A lot of big wave, and we got like the motor of the boat got stopped when we were so close to a big rock, and so I was with my father and my uncle. I was checking how to get out of this because the motor was not working and the propeller, no, not the propeller, the anchor was blocked in a rock. So I was pulling in maybe the anchor, and then something hurt my head with the wave. So no, so it's terrible because now I went to a doctor and everything, and they cut some of my hair to to recoudre. I don't know to say this to sew up. Okay, sew up. It's small, but I have like a small hole in my my hair now. It's terrible, like a monk, you know.
You look like Alterov right now.
Yeah, I was I was thinking of this. He could teach me some English actually. He said he teach monks, so he could teach me.
I think your English is fine actually.
Yeah,
I mean, you were born in London.
yeah, true.
So I think what actually made you famous in the Discord was me, because I remember you were just this normal person, but then I just saw this poor little Frenchman who wanted to talk about Fnatic, and I thought, wow, this person has some meme potential. And then ever since I did my magic, you started to get noticed by people. I mean, because I used to BM you all the time, and now
Yeah.
everyone BMs you.
Yeah, it's true. Every time.
Now, you became a mod before I did, actually. Do you remember how that happened?
Yes, sure. I think I was. It was like just after a Fnatic game of League of Legends, and then I think it was Uno. Yeah, Uno. He asked me to join the mod channel. So I thought I did something very bad and I was banned of the channel, but actually not. It was to tell me I was mod. So I was very happy, and I remember like they were all in the discussion, and like I mean I was very happy. So I was speaking so bad English. I was oh fuck, they will say finally, oh no, finally we don't want you.
Oh yeah, because at the time, a lot of people were quite angry that you became mod, so
Yeah.
they made a petition to say that they didn't want you as the mod. They got people to sign it, and I remember you messaged me, and you were saying how you didn't even ask to be a moderator, and yet people were being so horrible to you. And I said that I would speak to everyone and make sure that they weren't so horrible to you. So I said I'd protect you, and now you're one of the most popular moderators.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was nice you to talk to me because actually I was. I mean, like you said, I didn't necessarily want it to be mud, so I didn't expect like to because I think people were really thinking I was fan of G2 or something like this. I don't know. Or maybe it was just fun. I don't know.
Well, the reason was that because you like G2, and oftentimes a lot of people, like including myself, would trash talk G2, you would be the one person that played devil's advocate and defend them. So I think, I mean, half of it was joking, but I do know that some of them were serious about it. But
I think it was Adrian. I think it was Adrian that started. He's not here a lot now.
everyone loves some Adrian in their life, though.
Yeah, man.
But now that you're mod, why don't you tell us about how you feel about it? Like, how do you feel about being mod, and what do you enjoy about it? What do you like about being a mod?
Okay. I don't know. Yes, I know. I like. I mean, it's more like. Sorry. Okay, I like to be in like connection with Fnatic. Since the Discord is official, it's cool to be in connection with Fnatic staff like Pixie, Oki, Robert sometimes. So it's nice to learn things with them because they manage Facebook and everything. So it's cool. And I think it's cool for the community. Like every time you want to speak in the channel, you always think like, okay, I will try to make people speak in the channel, like ask how they are. I mean, yeah. I don't know how to say it. Like,
Is there anything that you don't like about being a mod?
I don't. Yeah, because Uno always blame me, so it's very. The mod discussion is always about to blame me.
I know he gets bullied quite a lot. I stood up for him in the last mod meeting. Just want to say I killed one of the dead memes about banning Stan. We got rid of it now.
It's supposed to be dead. It's supposed to be dead. It's not dead.
So that's why mods don't say ban Stan anymore. I had a chat, had a word. But what would you say is your best moment here? Like what moment stands out for you, Stan, as your like favorite moment in the Discord?
I think I was very the best moment maybe. I don't know. I think it was against when the League of Legends teams played. I think it was Misfits or yeah, I think it was Misfits or maybe G2. And everyone was like crazy in the chat, like because we won, and everyone was so happy. Everyone was spamming the chat. I mean, we couldn't have a discussion; it was just spam, but it was fun to. It was nice. I mean, to see everyone so happy. And then I think after this, because it was late of the spring split, after this, everyone was like, okay, we are a good team actually. We will do well in summer split. So the League of Legends channel become like better, like so everyone was nice. I think
So it was like it was more of like the atmosphere and kind of that positive sort of
yeah.
that kind of positive vibe that had a lot of hope that we could do better going forward. Just like lots of potential, lots of excitement in the air. I kind of remember that moment actually. It was a good moment because we had a really bad spring split. On the whole, it's quite depressing at times. So I suppose that it was quite nice to see that change towards the end.
Yeah, and I think also during the when we did the League of Legends tournament of the Discord, I think it was really fun time. Like every teams were really into the tournament. Like we did a logo of every team and some men, like a ship team against Kex team, and yeah, just fun.
Now, going into actual memes, there's so many to do with you. Actually, there's just I don't know how many there are, but I don't even think I know all of them. But I wanted to say that since I'm responsible for creating you, I can actually remember some of the early ones.
Pause. That sounded really weird. Continue.
Well, I mean, I created him in terms of his persona of who he is. But the earliest one that I can remember was the French invade when we'd play League together.
Yeah, I think so.
Because okay, so the way it worked was we would used to play League together, and every game Stan would make us run to the Riverside bush on bot side. Every single time, and we'd always get first blood. It just worked 100%. So
This one.
the first time I thought nobody would be brain dead enough to actually fall for this, but it happens. It was just like magic. It was like flies to or a moth to like the light. Just all these enemy members just walking in one by one into that bush, and and we'd get first blood every single time. Since then, we
Right.
called it the French invade, and it was the first ever Discord strategy. So Stan, tell us how you created the French invade.
Okay, so actually, when like I think 2 years ago, when I was in France, I played a lot of League of Legends with my brother, and I mean, not a lot, but like sometimes, I mean, in normal game, and he was Diamond One. So when there were no Master Chair, so it was Diamond One and then Challenger. So it was actually really good. And then we were playing with a group of friends, but of my brother, I was not really friend with them, and they were all good, like all they were all diamond, and me, I was bronze. Okay, so I was really bad. But the thing is, every single game they would flame me. Like, I don't know, they had a problem with me. Not my brother, but the guys. They will always say, oh, I was so bad. Yeah, it was nice. And then every game, because I was bronze, we were playing against like gold player, I think, or maybe platinum, but less than them. And every single game, like me, I was taking like 1 minute to buy my first item of the game, like when you have not a lot of money. And they were all like, come, Stan, come, we rush the bush, we invade level 1. And so I was always following. And actually, it was working. So now, every time I play with friend or just normal game, I just always go there. And yeah, sometimes it works. Sometimes, not always.
I mean, it always worked with us. The
Yeah.
French invade was flawless, but it's always annoying because when we do in-houses, when we play against you, we know that you're going to tell the team to go there. So that's how we came up with the other moves, because we wanted to avoid you.
Yeah. And then we went to the top side, I think, bush, or we changed the strategy, I think.
Yeah, that was the I think that was the Irish switcheroo, wasn't it? 'Cause that was Pope's idea.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, actually, yeah.
That was on the other side, the top side. But yeah, that was the start of all these different level 1 strats, pretty much. If you ask any of the old members, they probably could tell you. I think most of the Kex members might know.
Yeah,
So
Kex,
Dutch
Dutch
could probably tell you.
Ophi, Pope, Ryan, Mod. I know.
But then moving on to the next one, this is probably the most legendary meme that we have in the Discord, actually.
Oh man.
Especially in regards to you. This is what everyone thinks about when they think of you, and it's your love for sheep.
Oh yeah.
Now, I can remember just how this started, because this was one of those things where it just sort of was inevitable that it would happen, because when we would play League together, at the time when we met you, you were in Senegal, right?
Yeah. In Africa.
And so this is also happens now, but whenever we used to play with you, we'd always hear noise in the background, just a fuck ton of noise all the time in the background.
Yes. It was plane or ship.
Yeah, it was a plane. There was construction site, but there was the one thing every single time that you'd always hear, and that was the sound of sheep. So we'd be in game, and we'd be like, yelling all these like insane strats and stuff, and then randomly in the background you'd be hearing like, bah. And the best part was
every night, man. He never stopped. Like even when I sleep, he do that.
the best part was that you would go off for a smoke break, and every time you went off for a smoke, that's when the sheep were the loudest.
Yeah, but
So we would
because
always be like,
I was taking my laptop with me.
so whenever you went for a smoke, we were like, what are you doing with the sheep?
Yeah,
And
it was
that's
like
how
1 meter from me, I think, or 2 meter, very close.
we thought you were doing something to them. That's why they were so loud.
You never know.
But yeah, that was the birth of the sheep meme, which is basically your identity now, the sheep lover.
And we even Snuffle chose this name for the team of the tournament. I think it was Snuffle.
Yeah, that's right. I think that was Snuffle that did it.
Yeah, it was
But this
sheep.
was before I became a mod, I think, or maybe afterwards. I can't remember. But anyway, it was a sad time when you left Senegal and the sheep behind. I remember you were crying.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was good time for my internet, but yeah, bad time for like the sea and everything. My poor sheep.
Oh God. Your internet back then was just so trash. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, but yeah, I did well, I think, with my bad internet. But yeah, it was.
Of course, there's also you loving snails and frogs' legs, which is actually true. I'm not stereotyping. He does like them, but you hate English tea. You hate milk tea.
Yeah.
Why?
Especially milk tea. I mean, okay, because okay. I think first is because I love coffee. I'm always tired when I wake up, and because I smoke too much, every time I wake up, I'm like dying, you know. So I need like to drink a lot of water and coffee. So yeah, so that's why. And then I think when I was young, I was taking a tea, and you know when you are young, you like sugar and all. So I had my cup of tea, and then I was putting like one sugar. I was drinking a little, and then putting one more, one more, one more, one more. And then I think I was small, okay. I think I put like 20 or something like this, and then I drink this, and I fall. I don't know how to say. You know when you not when you die, but when you like you fall on the ground, you know, something like this. And then my brother loves tea actually, and he always drink tea. But every time I drink one, I vomit. Sorry, so that's why I don't like tea.
So you can vomit when you drink tea, but you can't vomit
Yeah.
when you eat snails and frogs' legs.
It's so good, man. So good.
It's disgusting.
So good. No, you should try it. It's really good. There's a lot of people that don't like all the sea stuff, but yeah, I think it's very good.
Well, another thing about you, another meme around you is that you're toxic because the funny thing is that you're not actually toxic in person or on the Discord when you talk, but when you're in game, you're a serial killer because it's like in voice you'll be calm and you'll be like really nice to us, and then in chat you're just flaming this random person. You're just like telling him to kill himself or whatever. It's just like ridiculous.
No.
So it's like on the one hand you're just like perfectly happy, but on the next you're just like telling this poor guy like I hate you so much. You're playing so trash. Like get the fuck out of this game.
Yeah. I mean, no. Okay. But for my defense, I never do that when I play with someone that I know. I mean, to the man. Like, if I play with someone like from the Discord, for example, I will never say you are bad. Just when I see someone like really bad, and first I tell him what to do, and if he doesn't listen, like yeah, sometimes I can. Yeah.
But I remember you would get angry sometimes. You go putain.
Actually, lucky you missed sometimes on the when I was on chip team for the League of Legends tournament on the Discord. Sometimes I was really salty actually. I was leaving the vocal chat, and like Snuffle was spamming me stand because it was between two games, and I was like fuck this.
Such a rager, man. Why are you so angry all the time?
No, but I mean I'm not that angry. It's more like I think first is because I think when someone do that to me, I don't give a fuck. Like if someone tell me you're so bad, bronze, kill yourself, I mean I don't care. So in my head, I mean if I don't care, they don't care, you know. I mean, yeah. And I guess also I start playing like when I was maybe 15, so I wasn't very mature, you know. And I mean, I don't know, but at this time I was a little weird, so and I was very bad at the game. So I guess maybe people flame me a lot, and maybe I flame them now. I don't know.
But you actually got your main account banned for flaming. So are you
Yeah.
reformed now?
Yeah, man, so much, like so much. I mean, I got my second one bad, man. Yeah, refund.
Yeah, you always say you're reformed, and then I swear your account just gets banned right off.
No, but it was banned for another thing. But actually, like, things like this. Okay, I was permaban. Okay, so okay, maybe I'm toxic a little.
Maybe you're toxic
that's-
a little for permaban.
Yeah, a little. But it was 7 years. I couldn't. So in 7 years, I never got. I mean, yeah, I did got banned, of course, but not permaban. So I guess I'm not that toxic, you know. Little, please.
Okay, okay, we'll trust you. But another meme actually that just reminded me of what you just a little bit. Um, another one is actually that your castle. Um, you actually have a castle, don't you? Because I remember the funny thing with this is because all the mods were hanging out in the voice channel one day, and you randomly just said, like, just the most casual thing ever. Oh yeah, I have a castle.
I don't remember how it went, but I think I was speaking to Snavel and Ryan, I think. And, yeah, it went.
Yeah, I was there at the time.
I think.
I just remember them talk. You were just saying like that you had a castle, and we were just like, "Fuck off! No, you don't have a castle." But then but then you showed us pictures and everything, and you even like said like that your family name is on the Arc de Triomphe, I think.
Yeah.
You probably could show people some pictures later, but yeah, he's actually got a castle to his name. But why don't you tell us? Oh, is everyone here invited to your castle?
Yeah, sure. I mean, not now because uh, you need to wait that it's official, you know, to my father, and then yeah, big party for the Discord, you know, everyone invited.
Who's next in line for the castle? Is it you or your brother?
No, I don't. Actually, it depends because um, it's supposed to be the first brother, the first child. So it's I have a grand brother, so it will be him. But my father was not the first one, you know, and he got the castle. So it depends also on different things. Like imagine you are very very rich and you have already a castle. They won't give you the castle, you know. So yeah.
So you might actually have a chance to get this castle for yourself.
I, I I don't think so because my brother loves it a lot. But maybe if he doesn't get married or something like this, because it's for like the family, you know. So if he has no family, maybe if I kill him, you know.
Speaking of family and getting married, you actually have a girlfriend, which is great because the funny thing is every time we ask you about your girlfriend, she's always angry at you.
Yes.
And the best part is how chilled out you are about it. We're like, Stan, how's your girlfriend? She's angry at me. We're like, oh God, what's happening? He goes, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. She'll be fine.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just like another day at the office. She's angry at you. Is she angry at you right now?
No, no. Actually, no. She was 2 days ago, I think, but now it's fine.
Actually, my favorite story about this was the one where you said she was angry at you, and this was the day after she'd been angry at you about something that wasn't actually your fault. So naturally, because you're my friend, I thought, oh, okay, this is maybe she's being unfair. Maybe she's being like mean to you and unreasonable. So we were like, okay, what happened this time? And oh, and then it turned out what happened was that you hadn't texted her for the whole day, and you texted her bonjour in the morning, and then you ignored her for like 12 hours because you're playing League.
Yeah, it happens, you know.
So you just texted her.
I mean, come on, man, come on. I need to play sometimes, you know. Like,
You can't just say hello to her in the morning and then just
it's my
just
every time she wants to speak with me, and sometimes it's not like I don't want, but it's more like, you know, like I'm playing League of Legends, I'm watching Fnatic, I'm like, okay, I will wait 2 hours to speak to her because I know when I will send the first message, she will answer to me, and we will start a conversation, you know. And I'm like, okay, conversation or League of Legends, yeah, easy to choose.
but it's also like, didn't you say there was 12 hours that time though?
I guess sometimes, yeah, 12 hours is fine, no?
But if
12
she's like
days.
trying to if she's trying to get your attention and you're just ignoring her.
Yeah, but it's more like when I ignore her. I mean, I don't ignore her. Like when I more like when I don't text her, when I don't message her. It's more like when I will do like 1 day later or half a day later, I will just act like nothing happened, you know, because I don't want to start a battle. You know? So I'm like, hey, how are you? No, no. And she's like, oh, what the fuck? You don't read all my message? No, no, fuck you.
Is this why she's always angry at you? Because you don't read her messages and then you pretend like nothing bad has happened?
Yeah, yeah. Usually it's this. Oh, it's because I didn't speak to my parents about something important. Or it's because I failed a class in my school, or something like this. You know?
Oh, didn't you lie to her? Didn't you say to her that you were with your family or something? And
Yeah.
then your brother just posted that the family thing had ended like hours. So she saw on Facebook that your brother was like, "Oh, this family event's over," and she caught you.
Yeah, always like this one. Yeah, I think it was. I didn't spoke to her, so I was trying to find an excuse, and I said like, yeah, I was with my family. No, yeah, I said my brother, my father, I think was back from Africa, and like I was with him and everything, and then I think, yeah, I think she saw something on Facebook, and like my brother said like, yeah, dad come tomorrow or tonight, I don't know. So yeah.
No, I know a lot of people are saying that I'm trying to steal his girlfriend, but the funny thing about that as well is that I did. Someone was actually saying to Stan ages ago, like, "Oh yeah, Loki's gonna steal your girlfriend or something," and Stan just said to the guy, he goes, "Oh, I don't care. I like it. I'm very modern."
And
So
probably what?
you said that you were really modern, so you didn't care.
I was
That's
very
why. That's why
modern.
you're the. That's why you're the modern man.
Ah,
Because you,
no, I
because you
think
don't.
I think modern man was. Uh, you're sure? Ah, yes. It was about this.
Yeah, it was about this.
Because I thought it was because. No, okay, okay, yeah, it was this.
Yeah, it was about this because someone was like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna steal a girlfriend," and then he was like, "No, I don't care. I like it. I'm modern. I'm a very modern man."
Yeah. She's actually in Morocco, like on the sea, you know, like with people. Like she tell me, I'm drunk and so fun. I'm like,
But um, I don't know. I just find it so funny how you're so casual about her. It's just ridiculous. You just don't care if you lie to her, and then she's annoyed at you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. She'll be okay." I don't know what it is, how you do it. Just you just somehow manage to keep her happy after all of this.
yeah. I mean, we are together since almost 5 years. So, and and me, it was my first girlfriend. So, I mean, I don't have. I mean, I don't like when she was with men, but I know she won't do anything, and she know I won't do anything. So actually, we can, yeah. I mean, we speak about everything together, so it's fine.
Does she speak to you about me?
She speak about what?
About me?
Yeah, I told her that you will come in September in Paris. And sometimes I speak about Discord.
Actually, speaking about your personal life, um, one of the cool things that I remember about you was you were doing a business course, weren't you?
A business school, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And you went to actually a lot of countries. I remember you said Senegal earlier, but there were a lot of other places that you went to that I can't remember. Was
Yeah.
it Nigeria?
So I was, I mean, in high school, I was in Egypt during the Arab Revolution, and then I came back to France for my study. I finished my school, and I did 1 year in Marseille, in the south of France, and then I went. Then I went to Vietnam 6 months to do an internship in social media, and then I went to Poland 6 months also to do also internship in social media in TV on the TV, and then yeah, 1 year in Senegal.
So why don't you tell me a bit about Egypt, Vietnam, and Senegal?
Actually, before Egypt, I was coming from Versailles, so I don't know if you know this city in France, but it's very stereotypes. Like I guess mascot know how it is. Like, Versailles is very weird in France, and I was hating my life there. Like it was terrible at school. Everything was terrible, and then I went to Egypt, and I didn't know what to expect. Like Egypt, like what the fuck, like we live in a pyramid, like what. So I went there with no expectation, and people were so nice with me. Like when I the first day I went to the school, like everyone know everyone, and me, I was a new man, and they were all, not all, but some of them were shouting in the school, Stanislas, where are you? Like the first day, it was I was, oh shit. And then it was that because my name actually is Stanislas, is like very classic in France, and my Dorothy, my surname is very classic. Family name, sorry, is very classic too. And I went from Versailles, so I was like a big stereotype myself. So they were all like, "Oh, Stanislas, he come from Versailles," and yeah. So and actually it was very awesome. People were so nice, and in Egypt you are so free. Like everything is cheap. Yeah, so it was really fun.
What was it like in Egypt in regards to, the culture, the food, the history? Do you remember anything of?
Yeah. So the food is actually terrible. Like all the food is terrible, and yeah, I mean they are Muslims, so they don't eat pork. So I mean, in France you eat a lot of pork things, so it's hard for this, and their food is really bad actually. Everything is bad, but yeah, but they are very nice. Yeah, very nice. And I mean, it's crazy. You can, when you have a weekend, instead of staying at home, you will go visit pyramids. You will go visit the Nile. You will go visit the tombeau, the sarcophage. I don't know what to say in English. Like, yeah, the tomb. I mean, it's crazy. Like every weekend, you can do something totally crazy, or you can go to the Red Sea, and the sea is so nice and so beautiful. Yeah, but the only thing, it was weird because like you can't a lot of things you can't do. Like you can't take the hand of your girlfriend in the street, for example. Like they will say, oh no, halam halam, so you can't kiss your girl. You can't like girl are with girl, men are with men. So it's special, like atmosphere, but it's cool.
So then you went to, did you say Poland after this?
Vietnam.
Vietnam. Okay, so Vietnam is also quite strange place because I know my friend He was from Vietnam. He says he hates it there, but what did you think of Vietnam?
Okay, I think it was the best country in the world, like even better than France, you know. Like, it was so nice. People are so nice there. Like everyone is so good, so happy, and so good with you. You can they want to show you everything, you know, but they are not too insistent. Like they let you do what you want, and everyone has a moto, a motorcycle. So you can just have your motorcycle. You go everywhere you want. Everything is cheap. The food is awesome, like the best food. And it's very funny. You eat food in the street actually with them. You know, like you don't go to. I mean, you can, but you can also just take food for €1 in the street, and there's a lot of bar. It's very nice.
What kind of food did they sell on the street?
Like pho, and buncha, maybe you know, nem, a lot of things, but you know, I forgot some of the name, but a lot of soups with chicken or fish or pork, everything.
What kind of food was your favorite?
I think it was buncha. It's it's like a soup, and then you add some noodles, but noodles are not hot, you know, and you put them in the soup, and they became hot, and then you add some beef on the special beef you do on the barbecue, and you add them in the soup. It's very very good.
And then next was Poland, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And what was it like there? Because I'd imagine Poland is quite different from everywhere else that you've been to.
It was actually it was good because that's the first time I live with my girlfriend for 6 months, because like for all the rest we were never together, you know, never in the same city. Like for holidays, sometimes a weekend, but sometimes we don't see each other for like 4 months, you know. So it was very good to be with my girlfriend. So yeah, so that was cool about this. And um, people are nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, people are nice, and it's very cool because I was there in February, so a lot of snow, everything. But and I was not very liking my job actually. It was not very good. But I met some good friends from England, Deutschland, I mean Germany and France. It was nice.
Now, finally, that brings you to Senegal, right? Where you were there for a year, and that's where you met all of us.
Yeah.
So what was it like there? Because we never really asked you much about it.
Okay, so I think because first it was like kind of a joke, you know, kind of I mean, like no one want to go there, you know, like everyone want to go to USA, I don't know, London, Spain, or Asia maybe, and me I was like, yeah, go to Africa. Everyone was like, what the fuck, man? And I mean, when I went there and I speak to people, I was, yeah, I will study here for 1 year. They were like, oh, what the fuck? It's stupid. It's supposed to be African doing study in France actually, not France doing study in Africa. So everyone was like, what the fuck are you doing here? But yeah, besides that, it was nice. Like you have very good weather, very hot, but I mean it's good. And you have all the sea in the city, so it's like it takes like 5 minutes to swim. It's very very nice beach, and yeah, like you have a lot of taxi, you know, everywhere, so you move easily everywhere in the city. And we were like only 5 in my class actually, so it was weird, you know, like 3 hours with a professor and you are 5. So we were like old friends, and yeah, Yeah, it was.
And because you couldn't go to both, you had an exam for both. So you went to the other one, you went to the second exam, and you just signed your name and then you left.
Yeah, like yeah. I mean, I did that a lot in France actually. Yeah, because yeah, they gave me two classes at the same time, you know. So what the fuck? And then I went to the second exam. Like it was funny because I went. I mean, I was late. You know, I'm French, so I'm always late. You know, so I went there. They were all studying. They were all, "Whoa, what are you doing here? Like, you are not in this class?" And I was, "Yes, but actually I am." So I took the exam, and I was like, "Okay, normal stuff. You know, I will just look to other people paper. You know, and but actually this time they didn't wanted us to cheat. I mean, they never want, but you know, sometimes they let us cheat, you know. So there were like a lot of professors checking on us, and I was like, okay, I can't cheat. I'm out. I signed my name and I went out. Yeah.
So I'm guessing that you didn't do too well in that class. I remember your girlfriend was really annoyed with you because of your grades in that class.
Yeah, yeah. But actually, what happened is I got all my other class, everything. So yeah, even because I had also to do a how to say it, like a 50 page, no, not 50, 30 page document. But I was supposed to do it in December, and the school actually called me on June. So like 4 or 5 months later, when I was in France, they were like, Stan, you know, if you want your year, you have to do this, like 4 months late. So I did that like last day, and I mean I was rushing this, and then you have you know how you say a conseil, how you say it, advice? No, I mean comme un conseil de classe, tu vois, genre, avec les profs et tout, genre. Mascot is translating, I think.
We'll let him work his
Like you
magic.
know when you have the professor, one day a year to they take your name, you know, and they say, okay, Stanislas, okay, let's see, he did that. Okay, he has his next year, or no, he failed, you know, yeah, a reunion like this. And then I sent the document like the day on this. So like the professor had like only 1 hour to finish my exam, but he did it, and I got my.
So you had to do 30 pages, and how many did you do in the end?
30 actually. I did a good, very good thing. Not very good, but I think I did a good job. But it was more like 4 months late, you know. It's but in Africa it's normal, I guess.
It's normal to turn up for to turn your work in 4 months late.
Yeah.
But actually, you're traveling right now, aren't you? Because you went to Senegal to somewhere else in Africa, and now you're back home and you're traveling again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not nine with my family, and then I'm on holiday, so you know, like I have cousin of my age, so living 2 hours from my home in France. So I went there like for some days, and I'm there today. So yeah, that's why I don't have my laptop and everything.
How old are you again? Because a lot of people were asking about 5 minutes ago.
They have to to find, you know, if they can. To
Oh,
get.
you want them to get? Okay, I bet he's probably LK's age or something.
Yeah, the only problem is sometimes I forget about my age. Every birthday I forget. But yeah.
One of the things about you that's a lot of
Ah,
people wanted to know.
I'm 22 by the way.
Oh
Yes,
wow.
sir.
So one of the things that people wanted to know, you probably will get asked this again later, but since people always are joking with you and you're always like the center of a lot of memes and stuff, and you're like the butt of every joke, does it ever like upset you?
Mm, it depends. Like, no, I think no. Sometimes when all people say I'm toxic, sometimes it's a little annoying sometimes because I know that some of them are toxic, you know. So I'm like, hey, what the fuck, you too. But besides that, I think everything I'm totally fine. Yeah, you know, no problem.
Because I remember it used to be just me like joking around with you, but now it's basically everyone. So I was just checking to see like how do you feel about it all?
No, I think it's fun. Like the G2 one at the beginning was very brutal, you know, because people were really hating G2 in the Discord. Like everyone was hating G2. But I think now there is more member that like G2 or don't care about it. Like, you know, more CSGO fan of G2, maybe. So I think G2 now is like better. And yeah, I think now it's fine, you know.
So I'm going to more Fnatic stuff now. I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about, you know, because you're a Fnatic fan, but you also like PSG, G2, and Vitality, I think.
Yeah.
So why is it that you like Fnatic? Why do you love them? Why did you start supporting them?
Actually, it's not very incredible, okay? Just you know, like I think it was I was playing in season 1 League of Legends, and I was really bad, by the way. And I was asking every day my brother to play with me, just to start the game. He was not playing, and I think in season 3 he start or season 2, I don't know. He started playing, and he were like really better than me. And he was also watching esports, and me, I was not watching esports. Like for me, esport was I mean, I didn't know it was existing, you know, because when I was playing at this time, I had no access to internet. I had my first phone at 18, you know, and my first laptop at 18 also. So before this, I was never on internet. Like I know nothing, even YouTube. Like what the fuck is this? So I think in season 3, he was fan of Gambits, and he was a big fan of them. And I was starting to watch the game, and I was like liking this. So I was like, okay, I need a team, but you know, I can't take my brother team, you know, because you always want to be rival with your brother, you know. So I watched the team, and I asked him, okay, well, what are the good teams? And he told me, okay, I think it was SK Gaming and Fnatic and maybe one more, I think. And I was like, okay, Fnatic, I like the logo, and okay, it will be my team. So I say, okay, it's my team. And you are Gambit, I'm Fnatic, and then I watch every game. And, yeah, I mean, then I start to like the player, you know, like I start to watch XPK.
So would you say that the season 3 Fnatic is your favorite Fnatic team?
I don't think so. I think it's 7-5. I really like 7-3 and season 4 with XPK so as Star, Cyanide, sorry, yes, and Reckless and Puzu. But I think season 5, I was crazy about. I mean, everyone was crazy about them. So, as like in in season 4, I think the team was not very, you know, like happy. Like in season 4, there are a lot of issue during World and everything. Like the team split up. So and season 5, it was more like everyone was funny, you know, very happy, very smiling. So I think season 5.
Do you have a favorite player as well? An all-time favorite player?
I think Soaz. I guess he's my favorite one. Oh,
Because he's
Soaz
French, right?
or Reckless. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it helps because, yeah, I mean, French pipe, you know.
But do you have an all-time favorite Fnatic moment as well?
Uh, okay, my all-time favorite. I think it was it's this in season 5. Like I mean, after season 4, like everyone was making joke of Fnatic new team, on Reddit. Like everyone was like, what the fuck, Uni, Reniover, so bad, huh? And I don't know why, but myself, I stay with them. Like I didn't even watch Oregon games. Like I was like, okay, I don't care. I don't care if XPK leaves the team. I will just watch Fnatic. I like the team, not actually the player. I mean, I like the player, but more the team. So I think the first game in season 5, it was against Alliance with Frogen team, I think. And because we were last season, we were like in final, and Frogen's Loki fanboy. So yeah, and we were against them, and everyone was like, "Okay, Alliance will destroy Fnatic. Fnatic is a joke." And then I was watching, and I remember with, I think it was with Rangar pick and maybe Xera Smith, I think, and maybe Severe. I don't remember, but it was so funny. Like Renova was jumping with Rangar, and Xeras was ulti and killing them. And yeah, it was so cool. Like we destroyed them, I think, and it was so good.
So that was the first game of season 5. I actually remember that one.
Yeah, it was the first one. Like
You
no
also
one expected us to be good.
you also follow a lot of different esports, don't you? Not just League, right?
Yeah, I watch some CS:GO, but more like I think more in 2015. But I watch sometime, yes.
And one of the cool things about you is that also you're up to playing sort of any game with anyone in the Discord, not just League or CS:GO. I think you play Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone,
Yeah.
and some others. What other games do you play?
What other games?
Yeah.
Uh, I think that's this, like League of Legends first. Second is Counter Strike. I played a lot of Hearthstone back then, like a lot. But now I don't play a lot. Heroes of the Storm. I played some The Forest on Steam, and before League of Legends and everything, I played a lot of Call of Duty on PS3. But that's all. Like I like to play one game, and only online game, like League of Legends or Counter Strike. I don't like offline game.
And no asking for translations. Okay, we'll keep things simple now. Now that he's gone to the bathroom. Speaking of Mad Scott, actually, we'll go into some of the reviews, some of the games. Actually, what did you think about the NIP series, Stan? Why don't you give us your thoughts? What did you think about us losing 2-0 to?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't watch the game because yesterday I went to my uncle home, and I mean I told you yesterday I had the boat problem, so I was like at the doctor at like 21 p.m. I think, and so I missed the first game. I watched J2 against Rockets, but I went to the doctor after this, so I missed the first one, and the second one I think, but I was having dinner at like 10 p.m. so I didn't saw it. I watched a little. I mean, I don't know. Like we lost. I don't know. I don't know if it's. Yeah. I guess Nip played. Personally, I think Nip is not that bad. Like the roster, I think. I think EQ is not bad. I think Spratel is not bad. I think Profit is good and Nagni can be good. And Shook is not so good, but it's okay, I guess. So I think maybe it's because with time they finally can play better, and maybe we were not ready for this. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Are you worried that we lost them? Do you think it's do you think it's disaster for us, or do you think it's just a one-off?
I think it's bad, but I think it was expected, maybe. I mean, not that we lost, but expected that we are not that good, maybe. I mean, we are good, but not like on the level you want to be.
I mean, obviously, Matt Scott doesn't think it was such a bad thing that we lost because he was calling for calm and everything. He was quite okay with us losing to NIP. But
It's good.
let's go into the G2 series, which is coming up actually. What do you think? Yeah, he does think that Nico deserves a win. What do you think, Stan, about the series G2 versus Fnatic? Who do you think is going to win?
Okay, so I didn't watch NIP against Fnatic, so I can't say how we looks. I know the second game was very long, so yeah, I don't know. But actually, even if G2 lost their series, I think they were definitely not bad, you know. Like, I think Rockets is not that bad, not very good, but it's okay. And I think like G2 lost game one because of the Baron. So they lost, Baron like at 20 minutes. And they were playing really good, actually, the first 20 minutes. So I think that they had a good game one, even if they lost. I think it was good. And they destroyed them game two. So I think G2 is playing good now, even if they lost this. I think they are playing good. And us, I think we are playing good. But on the other end, I think it was against Rockets last week. We won, but we were not that convincing. And this week we lost. So I hope we win definitely. But I can see G2 winning, honestly. But
so you kind of think G2 might be the favorites based on form.
Yeah, I think. But I think it doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, it matters to win. But even if we lose against them, I can still see us, winning the final, against them in playoff. So even if we lose or we win, I think Fnatic will win the final in the end of playoff.
Well, one of the interesting things that was told to me by someone, I can't remember who, I think earlier this week, he was saying, whoever loses this series between G2 and Fnatic will win the finals if they play again. Because
someone said that?
Yeah, because his idea was that the one that wins this week will have to show a little bit more to win the series because they're so close together. So
I think
he's saying, he's saying, like, for example, if we want to win, we may have to show some of our strategies of how to beat G2, and if G2 want to beat us, they have to show some of their strategies. So the winning team will give away more in order to win. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's a good way of thinking. I think it's interesting, and I think it can be true. Yeah, but I still see us winning anyway. So, like, even if we win against G2 tomorrow or today, I don't know, tomorrow, I still see us winning. But yeah, I mean, it's a good. Why not? Like, yeah. But I guess we have to maybe change a little or our picks sometimes. Like, I think pick and ban was not very good, and I think Kled top is shit. I think Asia made is shit. I think Brom support is not the best. So I think we can but yeah. So I think if we do that better, we will be better than them.
So do you think we should just play as standard as we can, give nothing away, and we should be fine?
Yeah, I think so. I think we need a good matchup bot lane because Sven and Media are very good, I think. So, I mean, everyone's saying this. So yeah, I think we need this, and I think we need Caps to not go Caps. Like, he need to play like not Caps, so like safe, because I think Perks can really destroy him. I mean, not destroy him in lane, okay, but more like Perks do less mistakes than Caps. Like he will not do crazy thing that he, very I reward I don't know, I lose. Sorry. So I think if Caps play just safe, he can be a god late game. So you just have to do that. And I think Soas can. No, I think top will be no kill because Expect is very safe player. Like he never takes risk, and Soas take risk sometimes, yeah. But I think not much accent top. So I think it will be more like mid and bot. and maybe jungle if they are on carry like Kha'Zix. So, yeah.
Well, the one thing that we have going for us right now is that Trick hasn't been playing very well lately. So maybe we can see Brox exposing him a bit.
Yeah, yeah, sure. In early game, I think Broxa is playing better than Trick, and I mean not always, but sometimes yeah, he's more aggressive, and yeah, I think yeah, if Trick play like yesterday, yeah, we can definitely. I mean, Broxa can definitely like him, but I won't bet against Trick. Like, I think Trick is very very good, and he has been like top two best jungle of Europe for like 2 years now. So I won't say like Trick is bad, because I think he can be the best actually, or one of the best. So I think we can't say like Trick is bad and Broxa will stomp him. No.
So for you, what decides this match would definitely be mid lane, where whether or not Caps ends up inting or something, because he did kind of do that.
He do that always.
Well, the thing about Caps is that he has these games where he does really, really well, but then on the other side, he does really badly as well. It's like he never has an okay game. It's always one or the other,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, true. I think it's because I mean, it's his personality. I think in real life, I mean, I don't know, but he looks like this, like very fun, and yeah, like this. And like if you watch, I mean, you watch this, but if you watch against Rocket last week, like for example, like game one, he was playing Oriana against Talila. Betsy was playing Talila, and so Talila pushed him. She pushed better than Oriana early game. So actually, he was pushing Caps at his tower, and then he was roaming with the ulti bot and killing everyone. Betsy, I mean, with Talila. And what happened is game two, Caps picked Talila, but he didn't push the lane. He didn't do that. He went for invade level 3 on the blue, and he lost like a lot of time, lot of XP, lot of CS, and Broxa died. And so in the end, Betsy won the matchup just because of this. When sometimes you just have to, to Talila is good as pushing early game. So you just push, then you run, and yeah. If you do crazy things, sometimes pairs can, I think, blame you.
So you think that he needs to learn how to play the matchups properly. Some of the champions he's doing the wrong things on, you think? So instead of
yeah, I mean, no, he's very good, But yeah, I just think yeah, sometimes he should play safer. Or, yeah.
I think that there are times where Caps tries a bit too hard to carry sometimes. Like he tries too hard to make the flashy play, or tries too hard
exactly.
outplay the enemy opponent. So like I think he got solo killed by Nagne this week as well. So I think it would be worth for him to just sort of know his limits a little bit more. But I think also we did suffer a little bit because he didn't really do too well on Cassiopeia either, because he got to late game but he couldn't land his ultimate on Hiku. And credit to Hiku, he played really well, but
yeah, I think it's because I think what we saw since 2 years. I mean, it's my personal view. So, I mean, but I think what we saw is Jackson is very, he's very good since a lot of time. He's best mid laner NA, and he's actually really consistent. Like he played very well in team fight. He played really well in lane, but he always do what he have to do. So he doesn't do a lot of mistakes. And I think Jensen, like when he went to NA, he wanted to be like the first, and he played very aggressive and all. And I think now, after 1 year, he understands that you won't be like Jackson or beat Jackson. If you want to be better than him, just play like you have to play. And I think we saw that with like Perks, for example. He played very aggressive the first year in Europe. Like he plays so aggressive and do crazy play. And now he's better, I think, when he play safer and just, like when what he has to do. And I think that's why Fnatic in season 5 was so good. Is I think because Febiven, he was always, like Uni was a carry man on the top lane, and Febiven was just doing what he has to do, but always better than the enemy. Not than Faker maybe, but you know, if he play Oriana, he push, he plays his lane, he plays safe, he doesn't die, and then in team fight he's good. So maybe Caps, he has to have this mindset, like not I want to beat Faker, but more like, okay, I will just play all I have to do, and then maybe I will be better than them, you know. I mean, I think
That's quite interesting. Um,
Yeah.
Sorry, my mic just broke.
Okay.
Well, I think it will be a close series, to be honest, but I think that we probably will win just based on how we've been playing the whole of the split. But you can see that G2 have just gotten better over time as well. So I think there is that danger that we could potentially lose. But I don't think it's a disaster if we do, because we still have plenty of time to fix it. We're still first place, so we have lots of time to fix it. We've got playoffs coming up, so there's that break in between. I think we should be okay.
Yeah, and even after the split, like you have 1 month to be ready for Worlds when you go to Korea, you know. So I think it doesn't really, I mean, it matters, but not as much now because you have time anyway. Like I think World is in 50 days or something like this.
So now we're going to move on to some of the quick questions where a lot of the viewers have PM'd me their questions for you. But I tend to ask a question to the guest first to kick things off. It's quite a fun one. I've been waiting to ask you this one. So why don't you just imagine, Stan, we're like maybe in like Game of Thrones, maybe go back hundreds and hundreds of years, no guns, just swords, shields, whatever. Your brother owns the castle. Your dad gives your brother the castle. Now you need to pick a team of people from the Discord to take this castle. Who do you take with you from the Discord to steal the castle and kill your brother?
Holy shit. Okay. Nice question.
And tell me who you pick and what they would do.
But I have to pick just one, or
Pick as many as you like, because it's quite a difficult job, isn't it?
okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, actually, yes. Okay, let me think a minute. Okay, so I think I will take. Okay. Oh yes, I know. Okay, I will take Snuffle to do the, the plan, the strategy to go in it, because Snuffle is very like this. Like he like to plan everything. I will take Uno as the the man that he's with the soldier and say like go in, like let's go, because he's very like this, like the boss, like you can't say, if he say go in, you go, you can't go away. And I think I will take and you, Loki, you will be the first one, running to be the hero to save to take the castle. Uno saying Uno is back and he say, yeah, let's go, Loki. And Snuffle is like, okay, do that. I think like this.
Do you have anyone else in mind for who would help you kill your brother and steal the castle?
I think Mascot could be the man. He sneak in the castle. He doesn't like go in and attack. Like he goes sneaky, and then maybe he kill my mother. Like you take the castle and he kill my mother, and and maybe Aria, because she speak a lot in the Discord. She could be the girl that, okay, she go at a place and she speak a lot to the soldier, and then you go behind them, and you kill them.
So she's
like this. No, distraction. No, because you speak a lot, so you can keep a conversation a long time,
I'm really confused as to why Mad Scott's the one sneaking in. I don't think Mad Scott would sneak at all. He's too loud for that. He's too angry.
I don't know. You can tell. I see like this. I mean, I have like 30 seconds to think, so I can't. It's not perfect,
It's not a perfect plan, but it's a good one.
I
Do
think
you have,
it's like.
do you have anyone else in mind?
I mean, I have the name in mind, but I don't know what can they do,
Or
Like-
who's the name?
Oh, but like Yannico, Ryan, I see Bloomkale. Sylvan actually could do something, I think. Yeah, I want to see Sylvan doing something. But yeah, Dutch. But I mean, I don't know like what else you can do. Like
Well,
you can be just a. I can see Sylvan being on horses, Like I don't know why, but I can see that. Like he charging with horses.
well, Yannick could be the backstabber, so he could be the one that's stabbing people in the back.
Yeah. True. Like Jamie in Game of Thrones. Spoiler. Sorry.
And then I think sirens can just, BM people, I guess. He'd be the one to like BM your brother and get him so pissed off that he'll come out and like try and kill him.
Who?
Sirens.
Yeah.
But then I think it's a pretty good plan. So now, Stan.
I think so. I think Dutch because he has a bird, for a photo. So I think like he could be the man. He fly in the sky and he can tell us, information like a spy, But in the a scout. Yeah, I think.
Okay, Stan. Now, here's what's happened. You've taken the castle and you killed your brother. It's your castle now. But the rest of the Discord is coming to take the castle from you. So now you have to defend the
my
castle. So now pick people
What the fuck?
to help you defend the castle.
Okay.
So you've got 2,500 people in this Discord coming for this castle now. You now need to pick a team to defend the castle. Tell me what they do.
Okay.
And tell me who's gonna be doing what.
Okay, I think Bloomkale. I think he will be the man that holds the door. The big door. Because he main Alistar. So he will be the man. Very strong, and he holds the door so the door doesn't open. Yeah, and I hope you are like Broxine in real life. Because you will need to. And yeah, like Odo actually. Yeah. Spoiler man. Yeah, and Odo. Yeah, so. I think. Okay, let me think. I need something with a bow. I don't know where it can be. Okay, Sirens will be the kamikaze. He jumped from the wall of the castle and he jumped in and he killed everyone. Like, I mean, I don't know what he say, but like he killed everyone. Like the kamikaze. He jumped in one vs 200. Okay, I need someone with a bow, but I don't kill people from long distance. Yeah, Robin Hood.
Just maybe Alexia.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, I think it fits her.
Because she's always there in the distance in America, just on the fringe.
Alexia the Robin Hood. Alexia Hood.
Alexia Hood, yeah.
Yeah, American Sniper one.
Okay, who else do you have in mind to defend your castle with? You got a lot of people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I need to think, about some wall they can do. Okay, someone can be with. I need a French to translate. Okay, Bloomkale, the catapult. You know how to say this? I think you don't know either. You know, like something like a machine that throw rocks to people.
Just a catapult.
Ah, okay. Ah, you stole from French. Okay, I see. Okay, so someone need to be like this. Okay, I know. I think I know. Okay, it can be. I don't wait. I think yeah, it will be Ryan. I think Ryan will be with this, and he will throw yeah big rocks to people, so he will kill a lot of them in one.
When you run out of
One,
rocks and you have to throw someone through with the catapult, who would you throw?
I don't know. Mm, okay, but Barton, he want to be the man, the hero for the city, for the castle. You
So
know?
he wants to be thrown
So-
with the catapult.
Yeah, we will make him. We will give him a medal, honor medal, you know, and medal, and just thank you, Barton, for your sacrifice. Banzai, yeah.
What do you think LK would do?
But sorry, my girlfriend is
Where'd
angry,
you-
so she sent a lot of messages.
Oh, she's angry with you again. Would your girlfriend be helping us with the defending the castle?
Well, she's so scary, you know. So I don't know.
To be honest,
But,
if you just have her defending the castle, I think everyone would
Oh my
run
God.
away.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, because she's so scary. She just your girlfriend.
Yeah,
Oh, your
when
girlfriend
she's
would be the one
angry-
trying to invade. Yeah.
Yeah, it could work maybe. Or we could do like so much baby, you know. So you even if you kill us, we have a lot of family left, you know.
What are you talking about? So do you think your team would be enough to defend your castle then?
Yeah, easy man. Easy, easy. It depends who is the boss of the attackers. But I think easy.
If your girlfriend was the boss of the attackers,
She it will be so easy man because I always know what she want to do. Like she's so predictable for me. Like every time she wants something, I will tell it before she tell me. So I will know what she want to do.
okay, so
It's
that
so
will probably
cute.
that will wrap up the question. That'll be the question over for my question, at least. We do have some from other people who've sent them in via PMs to me to ask you. First one is Mad Scott, who wants to know what are your thoughts on supporting G2 in a Fnatic Discord, especially as a mod?
Um, I think it's nice because I think someone have to defend them, you know, because I think it's a great team. Even if they fail in Europe, I mean not in Europe but in international competition, I think they are a great team with nice players. And also, of course, like don't forget, I'm fan of G2. I mean, I'm not fan, but I like G2 if you prefer, because also the CS:GO team is French, you know. So of course, like they are French, I'm French, you know, like the connection. So yeah, and yeah, I think it's good team. So I think you should all be fan of them.
And he also asks you, can you teach us the ways of French toxicity?
Okay, it's very easy. Okay, so the first step, you ban a champion like that someone wants in a champion selection, you know, like you ban it, then they will cry and you will say, I ban it because you are so bad at it, so yeah, don't play it now. Okay, then you start the game, you speak about the mastery of the team, like the runes and all, you say so bad, yeah, then you spam TG in the chat. Okay, so they will all know that you are French. So then they will all say like, oh, French are so stupid, you know, they will insult your country. So it will make you angry, and then you will flam so easily, you know. And TG mean taggle, mean shut up.
Okay, so next round of questions is from Sylvan. He wanted to know, how did the band Stan meme start? The dead one. Dead meme. How did
What?
it start?
Which man?
Band Stan. Who started it?
Uh, okay, so I'm not very sure. I think it's either you, Loki, or Uno. Maybe Yannico, because Yannico banned you. So, but I don't remember exactly who it is. But Uno said it the most. I always. So
Okay, now who is your favorite League of Legends player and why does he play for G2?
um, I think on G2, I think Perks. I mean, I like them all actually, but I think I think Perks or Michi, because Perks is very young, and he got so much blame of the community, and I can understand, like, he was 17, so, and I think he's very good and very promising, just like Cats, but for example, yeah. So I think Perks is very fun on Twitter, also, yeah, and yeah, I think Michi is very the nice guy, the old guy from like Soaz, or Yellow Star, for example.
Okay, now another question he asked was, why did you choose the name Garen76 for your League of Legends account?
It was because I was banned of my first account, so I was looking for a new account, and then so, I mean, before the permaban, I was banned 2 weeks, and a friend of me, I mean, it's not even a friend. I just played one normal game with him, like, and he was friend with me after this. I don't know why, but yeah. So he gave me an account, and actually the owner of the account is born in 1976. So he said, and he was the first time he played League of Legends. So he said Garen 76, and that's right. But it's banned anyway. It's not my account.
Okay, now another question that you were asked was, how did you get lost in a cornfield?
Uh, okay, so I was in my castle, yeah. I was in my castle, and we went with my. I mean, like we around the castle, it's only a field, cow field. So it's a lot of grass. And this year, the farmer changed this, and he made a cornfield. So it was very new for us, So we were like, oh shit, we have to see it, to go into it. So we went in with my cousins, and it was very like 2 meter up. So we went in the middle of the thing, and then we were not almost lost, but not full lost, But like we couldn't see anything around us. So yeah.
And his final question was, what led him to becoming, or what led you to becoming the most memed member of the Discord?
I think. I mean, I don't know. I guess because I'm active on the server, and more you're active, more this. I think it's maybe because I'm French. I don't know. Like maybe it's something like my accent or something like this. Maybe a fromage, thing. And I mean, in real life, I'm I'm kind of like this, like you can have fun with me, and I will never. You can say I'm fat, like I will say, yeah, I'm fat, I know, like thing like this, like I don't everything.
Now, Uno wanted to know about the history of your castle.
Oh shit. Okay. Like the okay, okay. It's funny because I asked my grandfather last 2 weeks about this. So um, okay, so yeah, I think it starts with a family named Mondadon. Okay, that was the name, Mondadon. And yeah, okay. So the father was the castle. He had three sisters, three daughters, and one man, what the fuck, one kid. I mean, you see, but the kid went to be a priest. So the three girls, one of her got the castle, and you know she, when you are a girl, you change your name when you marry, and she got married with one man with Dorothy, and I mean his name was Dorothy, my name. So the castle, I mean, went to the family Dorothy instead of Mondadon because they had just girls, and it's from, it's not very old actually. It's from 18, no, 18th century. So it's not, I mean, it's old, you know, but there is a church actually in the garden with from 11th century. It's the oldest part of the castle.
Okay, now Yannico wanted to know who was the best player on Sheep Team and why was it Yannico?
I think it was Yannico, yeah. I think Yannico, he he destroyed Dutch in name, by the way. No match, man. Okay. Yannico is very good and sorry, Dutch. Sorry, I speak the truth. You know, he was really good in Echo, and I think on Oriana. I think he was good on Oriana actually. I mean on Echo too, but and he played some Xerath maybe, but he played a lot of Oriana and Echo, and he was really good at, you know, not pushing his lane and TP somewhere so he will lose his tower, and it was helping us a lot. You know, like he was always down like 50 CS at 10 minutes maybe. Like it's not even possible. But yeah, he was good in team fight. Little boosted by Snowfall by the way, but yeah.
All I remember of his Echo was him feeding, to be honest. Like whenever I tune in and he was playing Echo, he'd have like 10 deaths or something.
Yeah, no, yeah, cool. He was, no, I think sometimes he had good games. I think, like when, you know, when the man was AFK, you know, and they were trying to pause the game, and he was trying to unpause to kill him. You know.
Sounds like Yannico to me.
Yeah.
Okay, another question is from Dutch, who wants to know, gun to your head, you have to pick one, baguette or croissant?
Baguette every day. I don't eat much croissant actually.
So you're team baguette then?
Oh yeah, definitely. I eat a baguette every day. Like it's not even possible to not eat a baguette for me. Like I eat baguette when I wake up, when I have dinner, when I have everything, you know, every time. Like every time you will see me, I will have either one baguette or one cigarette.
No, Stan. I'm interrupting you here. What's your thoughts on a food channel in the Discord? And you posting all about the bread you eat.
I posted what?
You post all the bread you eat. All that, what are they called? Baguettes?
Baguette, man.
Yeah, so what about a food channel? What's your thoughts on a food channel in the Discord?
I think it will be good, yeah. Can be fun. But
now,
too much people from UK.
Okay. Now, let's say we do make that. Requirement is that you will have to post some stuff that you eat. Would you be down to do so?
Yeah, okay, I can do that. Yeah. I eat mostly baguette, you know, so baguette every day.
You know what we should do? Sylvan, that's a great idea. I'm a drug. We should have some member who's good at cooking, try to get
Snuffle.
other people to cook with them. Not dirt.
Snuffle.
They're not making dirt. We're not going to make dirt, please.
No, it's fun.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And we're going to look into that one.
Okay, last couple of questions now. LK wants to know, who's your favorite G2 and NB player in CSGO?
Okay, what? Can you repeat, please?
Favorite CS:GO player from G2 and NV?
NV is definitely Scream. I mean, from the current NV. Because I mean, Scream is definitely the best of them. No, they are kind of shit team. And I think on G2, I don't know. I think it's maybe NBK. Maybe NBK, or maybe Shox. But sometimes Shox is like he's very immature. I think you know in French interview, there are a lot of French interview with him, and he's very special. Like he's very like a kid, you know. But yeah, so I guess yeah, NBK, I guess, and Scream.
Okay, now Alexia had a couple of questions for you. She said, what's it like living in a castle in the modern day?
It's good, but I don't have a lot of servitor, you know. So it's very big, but I have to do like myself, you know. So could be better, you know. But if someone from the Discord want to come and be my, you know, help me with this, it can be better.
Is there good Wi-Fi in the castle? Sylvan just asked.
Is what?
Is there good Wi-Fi in the castle?
Oh no, it's actually terrible. I never saw that. It's even in Senegal, it was better. Like what the fuck? It was like I couldn't even watch. I didn't watch like all Game of Thrones last episode for 1 week because I couldn't like watch him in streaming. You know, so bad.
Okay, now Alexia had a couple of questions to add to that. She said, what was it like getting banned on League for toxicity? And did it help you reform? If not, how did you cheat the system?
Okay, so I think the first day I was really sad actually because it was so much time I had this account. It was I have a lot of friends on it, and yeah, so I was sad at first, but just not long because I was like I deserve it, you know, and I knew if I don't stop I will get banned, and I didn't stop, you know. So I was like I deserve it anyway. So I was like it's my bad, you know. But then it's not that I reform, but it's more like then I my new account was bronze MMR. So I start bronze 4. So it was like so easy. I mean, sorry for the bronze, but it was very easy for me. So when I played again on the new account, I was like smurfing so hard that everyone was so nice with me, you know. They were all, oh, you're so good, you're so good. So I mean, I was never flaming people because I was always winning games. But then when I went to mid gold, like gold 2, I think it was harder, I guess. So maybe at this time I was more toxic, you know.
Okay, last couple of questions. Alexia also wanted to know, how is it being a mod that everyone memes in the Discord? How does it feel to be like that? And how does it feel to know that everyone wants you banned all the time?
I think it's cool. Like like every time if I'm not here, someone will I don't know how to say it. You know, when you write the name of the people and he has notification. You know, I think it's fun. Like when I speak to people, like they mention me. Like I know most of the people of the Discord now, and they most know me. I think so. Cool. I think it's fun. Yeah, to be them. Like I think it's good.
Now, final question is from Walshy. This is a weekly question that he asks because he's looking for tips for Aria. But he wants to know, how did you lose your virginity?
What?
I know.
How did I lose my virginity?
Well, that's what Walshy wants to know.
PG-13. PG-13.
What is PG? Ah, okay. Okay, I mean, I can tell it. I think it. I mean, I don't think I know. So it was in Egypt. What she? So it was in Egypt with my girlfriend now, and yeah, I mean, I did the first time with her, and yeah, I mean, I never had anything else with any other woman, you know. So yeah, like this.
Stan, please
And
don't
it
go
was
into
actually
detail.
no, actually, what is funny is that it was on the bed for the the people that you invite in your home, but because it was not at my home, it was home of one one friend of me, and she was very angry at me because we did it in the bed. That's fine.
Well, there you have it, Walshy. So, moral of the story: go to Egypt and do it in a bed that's not yours.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be the last question, I think. So that brings us to the end of
Yeah.
Fixer just got on and now he's left. He's like, well, it's just over.
Watch it, by the way, if when you will be next guest, I will ask same question, So maybe it's fun, but I will ask same. But to
Well,
me,
she
like,
won't have.
I don't care,
Well, she won't have anything to tell you. He'll just be like, well, it hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
It was with a robot.
Yes, I can see that. With his butt, like Westworld,
Okay, so now we just need to pick an MVP. So do you guys have anyone in mind from the chat that you think is the MVP? Or no, maybe? What do you think? We've got
I'm
one.
gonna have to go with Mad Scott. I think Mad Scott really stands out as a dedicated member. He really has what it takes. I don't know what
King,
I'm saying at this point.
and he's good at defending my castle also. So
Okay, so you guys agree that Matt Scott is the MVP of this week? Twice in a row now? Okay, there we go then. Matt Scott, you are now the official MVP, unbeatable, currently on a streak. As voted by everyone else. This is a very democratic show, I guess. Oh yeah, Stan, you never posted a picture.
yeah, but you want fuck, okay, but just saying it's very very hot, okay, very hot. So and
It's very
don't
hot, guys.
Yes, I'm sweating, So I mean, I'm not very. Sorry.
You should have done it at the beginning, to be
Yeah, but
honest.
I
but-
fucking ate. I ate. I don't even know his name. Selfie. Okay, I ate this. Okay, I will take it. I can send you my the top of my hair also if you want to see the big scar. I mean, it's not big.
In future, we'll try and get them sent at the very beginning so that you can make your memes during the show rather than afterwards. But yeah, that should conclude
I'm
everything.
taking the.
Now, what about a next week guest?
Right. I was
I
actually.
take the photo now. Okay. Sorry.
So next week is the bye week, right?
Yeah, so I still
So-
don't have word on that one topic I was talking about.
Okay, so well, next week, usual time, I'm thinking of inviting Wiener Dog on. That was the next person I had in mind. He's been
Oh,
back
God.
recently, so I asked him if he wanted to come on. So we'll see if he's up for it. But yeah, quite a few people like that in the chat, like that idea. So we'll go with that one. Yeah, that is Wiener Dog. His amazing YouTube videos. Also, there are, I think Earth is up. on League of Legends right now. So you guys want to?
I'm playing it right now, actually.
So anyone in NA wants to join Uno afterwards, they can join him. I can't host anything right now, so maybe Dutch could, or Matt Scott could host something for people in the chat and EU, because I've got dinner that I need to be getting to. There we go. You guys can do an in-house maybe if you've got the numbers.
So where's
What? What'd you say, Stan?
who is the next guest?
Winner dog. Hopefully.
Really?
Yes.
What? Oh, it's cool. It's funny. Will be fun. Or maybe he
But
can
that
do
should be.
his dance, you know?
Yeah, he could do the Harlem Shake, I think.
I don't know, I think it's good. I didn't expect him, but I think it's nice.
I think for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that should be everything, unless I'm forgetting something, Uno.
You are not forgetting Uno.
Well, I'd like to forget you, but you're always here, so. Anyway, thanks guys for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks a
Be
lot,
back.
Loki, for having me. It was very
Thank
fun
you very
and-
much, Stan, for accepting. The good sport today. I'm
Yeah,
sure
don't-
everyone enjoyed hearing from you, even though your mic was a bit quiet today, but nothing we
That's
can
right.
do about that. It's okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but thanks
But
everyone.
yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Really glad that you guys could tune in again. You're getting quite a few regulars as well. Don't forget to plunder Stan's castle. Yeah, I have another question in mind for Wiener Dog next week, I think. But yeah, any guy?
In the
You guys
meantime,
have any?
yep, send them into Loki. I think he was about to say that and I interrupted him. So
Yeah, I was gonna say any feedback, any questions in advance, please send them to me in PMs for Winner Dog. I will make the announcement at some point. I do need to check with him as well to just to see if he can make it in case. If not, I do have emergency plans in mind. But yeah, that's it, I guess. I'm really bad at closing these out, but I'm really hungry, so I really want to get to dinner. See you guys. So
Same.
see you guys.
See you, everyone. Goodbye. Have a good night.